There we are live once again. Another Sunday, another live stream. Oh boy. So here we are once again. Another tie of the week. We'll just give everybody a few minutes to pop in here. How's everybody doing? Roll call, roll call. How's everybody doing? All right, let's see. Who do we have tuning in tonight? We have the Husingfeld Life. Good evening, brother. How are you doing, fine sir? I have just recently returned in from the Great Water Fly Fishing Expo 2018 at Hamline University in St. Paul, Minnesota. I was out there representing Project Healing Waters, volunteering in the booth. So, yeah, it was a great time out there. I love getting out there and talking about my experience and this Project Healing Waters in general. So, let's see here. This is a tiny hook because we're tying a tiny fly. And as you can see, this hook is a little used, and I wanted to illustrate a very valuable lesson here. And boy, we got everybody on here. Tie something cheerful. Well, that's what we're gonna do. Tying something cheerful. So when you're working through a fly and it's just not working, sometimes you just have to stop and do that to it. Would you look at that? See how easy that was? Now I got a brand spanking new hook. I was not satisfied with the way that fly was turning out. So, that being as it is, we're going to continue on. And what we're going to tie is what I was tying today down at the Fly Fishing Expo. And that is the Patriot. And an example of a Patriot. I've tied it before. I believe I do have a video on it. We're going to pan the camera down here and show you an example of the Patriot. There you have it. I was also tying, you guessed it, poppers. We're tying some poppers down at the show. But if we look at the Project Healing Waters logo there on the vise, that's the Patriot. So that's what we're going to tie up. And we're going to tie it in a size 20. Because it's very improbable. Actually, it's impossible. It's physically impossible to join the 20 for 20 club. And that's catching the 20-inch trout on a size 20 fly if you don't fish a size 20 fly. And how awesome would it be for that to happen? All right, we're reconnected again. For whatever reason, we lost our connection. Let's try that again. All right, somebody confirm that we're still live streaming. Go ahead and type in what color is this thread. What color thread am I? It's a nice barbless hook. And like all good flies, this will begin with a single wrap of thread. We'll cast that on and work our way towards the bend. And I need to find my scissors. So I'm basically unpacking as I tie this fly because everything's packed up from the show. Alright, so what first thing we're gonna tie in is our tail. And this is a whiting cape. But we're going after this nice big soft big feather. hanging out in the back. And we're going to just go ahead and just clean off the fluff, get that out of the way. Which leaves us with these nice hackle fibers. Make sure my thread's all the way to the rear. And I'm keeping my thread nice and flat. Letting it just kind of lay down. You know, being a size 20, I don't need that many fibers for my tail. So 1, 2, 3, make a wish. And we're going to want to tie those in 1 hook's length. Standard length for a tail. Well, hopefully you can see this, Jimmy. You know, actually, Jimmy, this is... Alright, Jimmy, I'm giving you homework. Jimmy, this is your homework. If you choose to accept it, I would like you to tie a Patriot streamer, which is essentially the same pattern we're tying here tonight. Maybe perhaps with a brown bucktail or some sort of brown tail. And you can do some red, you know, obviously bigger red thread and whatnot. That's your homework, Jimmy. This is your challenge. Your challenge is to tie me a streamer version of this fly. Because as you know and I know, imagination is your only limitation. And, you know, everything can scale up or scale down in theory. Alright, we need our Parawing material. Let's go ahead and dig that back out of my little bag of tricks. My best friend fly tying buddy definitely hooked me up with a little camouflage little bag, and it is great for just tossing, I don't know, bagged materials. It's nice for, you know, that kind of thin envelope size. All right, here we go. This is, what do we got? This is a Parapost wing material, just a standard Parapost wing material. Nothing fancy about it. And we don't need much. We'll go ahead and just trim off a little working piece. And that's fairly good for our length, but we need to thin this out. Actually, no, I don't need to thin this out. I do. Yeah, I'll take a little bit of it off. Why not? Let's thin this out. This can also be tied with a white calf tail. I'm going to come in with the Parapost wing material, and I'm just going to come in from the underneath side and just snug that in right there. All right, you know, this really has me frustrated with YouTube. The fact that I can't do a live stream without it consistently cutting out on me. I can do Instagram all day long, but for me trying to do this here on YouTube is just, it's almost not working. All right, we're gonna split this off half and half. I'm gonna do a cross wrap this way once. I'll do a cross wrap this way once or twice. And I'm actually going to do a couple of post wraps around each of these little white wings. There we go, there's that side. Steve Trybowski, welcome. So just to give you a heads up, Steve, we are tying a size 20. This is a size 20 Patriot dry fly. And we are just putting the wings together now. Let's see here. Here we go. There we go. All right. Maybe we need to... Where's my black background? There it is. Might be a little dusty, but maybe the black background will help a little bit better for the visibility of that little madness. All right. Boy, I tell you what, I think this is going to be another one of those lesson flies. Maybe this hook is doomed. This is what we're going to do. We're going to try it again. From the top. And I'm not going to tie it standard. I'm going to tie it as a parachute. I'm going to parachute this. For whatever reason, I don't know, the feng shui on that double wing up front, I just wasn't completely thrilled about. So Steve was thinking about this Patriot earlier today. Awesome. What got you thinking about the Patriot? Alright, we're going to still do our little brown hackle tail. We need to thin that out. That's too much. That's too much. Alright. Thereabouts. Here's our tail. We'll run our thread forward. And there we go. Alright, let's try. We're going to do, for whatever reason, I always find it a little bit easier to actually tie a parachute. I like tying. I really enjoy tying parachutes. I think they float really, really well. I'll thin that out just a little bit more. Just, you know what it is, guys. Sparse is nice, less is more. We're going to come up from underneath again. We're going to tie on our post this way. It's nice and easy. It's a delicate balance between tension and knocking the whole thing over. Here we go. There's our post. Oh, yeah, I mean, Healing Waters class, you can't Can't go wrong. I mean, that's on the medallion. Now stick around because I did challenge Jimmy. I assigned Jimmy some homework, and his homework is to tie a streamer variation of this pattern. In fact, I personally know it's possible because we have tied it in our Project Healing Waters, the streamer version, which is pretty fun. Yeah, so, it's just what you make of it. All right, so what I tied in here was my Sulky's Hollow Shimmer. Let's see here, where's that? It's actually a silver metallic. And I got this at, I believe I got it at Joann's or someplace like that. Put this back. I also have it in gold and silver. Some good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and take a couple of turns. Now this is like I said, it's labeled as a silver metallic. It's the equivalent of a pearl, mirage, opal, but it's really thin. Or it's just a little bit thinner than, your standard. But as it goes on over the red, the blueness of it really, really pops. So I'm just going to take a couple of turns on the back end, and we need to leave a little red stripe. So we'll just take a couple of turns with our thread now. On the midsection, we'll bump our thread forward. And now we can continue wrapping this mylar forward. So I believe that's relatively close to equal segments of kind of the red and the tinsel. There we go. Carefully trim that off. I don't know. It's hard to tell what looks better. I can't see the post with that. It's almost like everything's just too bright. I'm really struggling with my lighting situation lately. I just can't seem to tweak it to where I want it. All right, here we go. You know what time that is, folks. It's hackle time. Now this is the good stuff. This is from a Whiting's 100 pack, size 20. I mean, this is pretty much the only way to do this. So you need that. I'll go ahead and just splay this out. And you know what? For giggles and grins, before we tie this on, let's check and see where it actually gauges out at. See, I don't know. It looks pretty good. 18. Yeah, then we get into the 20s. and maybe 24. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's good stuff. Good. All right. So, like with all hackles, I'm going to prepare my bottom end by giving it the old high and tight. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this in top side of the feather in. Top side in. Give my thread a little turn to counterclockwise. Lock that in up front. And set that on the side. So right now the bottom side of the feather is out. Here we go. Parking the thread on the near side of the hook in front. And now we're gonna, this part's always intense. So the top, or the top side of the feather is on the inside. And now when we fold our feather out, hopefully we can get it to cooperate like that. And we keep the top side of that feather up as palmer on our hackle. Working our way from the top down. Now we can wrap around our post with the feather kind of pulled down on the near side of the shank. Alright, I'm just going to take a couple of wraps. I'll do one more for good measure. And that's it. Parking my thread. My thread's on the far side of the hook. So I can come in here now and trim off the remainder of this feather. Nice and close to the post. And what I would recommend is, we're getting down to the small part of this feather now. But to save it, just click your hackle pliers on there. That way you don't lose it. Alright. Now comes the fun part. The whip finish. Let's see, where'd our whip go? There it is. Alright, so for the whip finish, I found it easiest and best to just simply wrap around the post. 1, 2, 3. And it's just like doing it backwards or upside down. Give that a nice snug and tug pull. Trim off the thread. Let's see here. Looks like I got a couple fibers trapped. Clean that up. And last but not least, trim off the post. There we go. So Richard uses the heft hitch tool on the smaller ones. I suppose I could have just thrown a couple half hitches in front of the eyes. I'm going to back this camera zoom out for a second. There we go. So, just wanted to give a couple of real quick shout outs today. Like I said, I was out at the fly fishing, the Great Waters Fly Fishing Expo. I attended the film festival, and I tell you what, guys and gals, if I'm gonna compete in any kind of film festival area, yours truly is gonna have to step up his game. I need some different equipment and whatnot. All right, so we'll come in on there. There we go. Come in, camera 2. Come in. Over. So at the show, my good friends at Scientific Angler were out there helping us out, and you know, being a veteran, they see the veteran, and they say, "Hey, veteran, why don't you come here? Let me tell you about the Scientific Angler." And I learned and forgot a whole bunch of really important stuff about sink rates and grams and this and that. You know, this is where you need the pros. So, you know, big shout out and thanks to Scientific Angler helping me out. We got some, what do we got? 4, 5, and 6X. And I asked them, I said, listen, is this some old stuff or is this some new stuff? And they said, this is the new stuff. Let's see. Who else did we stop by and see at the show? We went and saw... Ooh, I can't show that. I can't show it. Oh, it's a birthday present. I forgot that's a birthday present. We can't show that. Nope, we almost did. And we can't show that either because that's a birthday present. We'll say hi to our friends at the St. Paul Fly Tires and Fishermen's Club. Who can tell me, pop quiz, St. Paul Fly Tires Club, what fly pattern is that? Who can tell me? I'm going to see if I can dig one out if I have one handy. Jimmy, you should know this one. And what you're hearing is the sound of me shuffling through my little fly bins. Yeah, I think, honestly, I think Jimmy might actually have the only one. That's actually quite possible. Might be quite possible. There you go, Jimmy. That's what I'm talking about. The Cardinal. Jimmy, outstanding, my friend. Outstanding. So yeah, met and talked to some of the guys of the St. Paul Fly Tires Club. Good bunch of guys. Yeah, Josh, birthday present for you. You know it, buddy. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is a little something I picked up for myself at the Great Lakes Fly Shop. Look at this little guy. Actually, we'll put this in the vise for a closer inspection. So what we have here is a crawdad pattern of sorts. And I got one to bring it home and check it out. So let's see what we have here. We got some rubber legs, some long ones in the front or the back, whichever way you're looking. Looks like we have some homemade eyes. That's pretty cool. Some cactus chenille. Looks like a little tough of, I don't know, what do you think that is, folks? It looks like a little tough of marabou. I got some Swiss straw and and some hot orange ribbing. Yeah, that's a neat little fly. So I picked this up, and I believe it was in the discount bin. You know where I do all my hunting. That's such a cool pattern. I also got the green one. Look how much longer these legs are. I don't know. I might trim them down. Ow! The hook's on top. Ouch. There will be blood. Medic! Oh, let's see. We stopped and talked to... This is a pretty cool sticker. Check this one out. This was a Streamer. This is the Streamer Season Hatch Chart. So if you're ever curious as to when the next hatch is for the streamers, I think they should make one for poppers too. A popper chart. I should write them a letter. So yeah, I had a great time hanging out at the Project Healing Waters booth, tying flies out there, tying poppers. Here's an example of the poppers we tied. I don't think I tied this one. In fact, I know I did not, because the popper's not done until it has eyes. So we're just going to help this one out and finish this one out, as it needs a little eyes. So a little dab of glue, and I just happen to have these eyes just sitting on in with my vise. And we'll do a little dab of glue there. There. At least now it has eyes. Now the popper can see. A little hair. So, alright, well, I can tell that the internet is going to give me a little putz and fuss for now. So, yeah, we'll recap later on. So the next step-by-step video that gets published coming up is going to be step-by-step video number 100. And before I do that, I'm going to brush up on my deceivers, and we will be having a a special dedication 100th step-by-step video in honor of Lefty. It might be a actual deceiver or something, in the spirit of, inspired by Lefty. So, a lot of people may or may not realize that Lefty was a veteran, and I feel special to actually have a little bit of a personal connection with Lefty. I've never met the guy, but like I was saying, he was a veteran. He was a World War II veteran, and he fought in the Battle of the Bulge. And he was a hard-charging soldier. He was a super trooper. And one of the most interesting aspects of that whole thing that I think is really cool is he was a Ford observer, just like myself. He was part of a fire support team, FIST. So, I don't know. We just gotta, pay our respects. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people think we lost a good person as far as a fly fisherman and everything he's contributed to the sport and the industry, and he's actually contributed so much more to us, being that all-American hero, that war. He's a war hero. He's a veteran. So yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. So stay tuned for the next step-by-step video. I will put it out sometime this week. So in the meantime, everybody, happy tying. And with our little patriotic popper hanging out with our parachute patriot. I can pick it up and we'll just see if they want to hang out. There we go. All right, everybody. Happy tying, tight lines. Peace.